Hi. Hello, hello. My name is Denise White. I am a licensed professional clinical counselor and I'm also a mindset strategist. And we are going to talk for the next very brief time, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. We are going to talk a little bit about the three major differences between coaches who slay six figures and those who cannot get beyond that. Like, what is going on? Why is it so difficult to move past six figures, right? Like, what is going on? So, if your business is hovering around that six figure mark and why you might generate 10,000 one month and 2,000 the next month, and it's just that inconsistency that just breeds feelings of insecurity, because it's like, why? What is going on? One minute it's like I'm killing it, and the next minute it's weak. And how do you predict your future when it's so inconsistent like that, and you can't bank on the fact that you're going to have a certain amount each month. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. This inconsistency tends to prompt coaches to feel uncertain about what they're doing, or maybe thinking that they're in the wrong field, and it makes it really hard to make business decisions when you have the kind of inconsistency, like $10,000 months and then it flips to $2,000 months, and you're just not quite sure how it's going to go. Like, nobody, excuse me, nobody wants to be in that place in their business. So what is the disconnect? Okay, that's the question. What's the disconnect? Well, the strategies you've likely used to get to the six figure mark, okay, so the low end offers and the complicated funnels and the new freebies every week kind of thing, all those things that worked to get you to six figures do not work at six figures and beyond. Okay? So coaches are so often, I see, using the techniques that got them to the six figure mark that makes sense to them. And it's like beating their head against the wall, because past that six figure mark, that no longer works for them. And it defies reason if you're not aware of the dynamics involved in this. Okay? Um, so what is required to up level then? Like, what is the big deal? Well, number one is the foundation. You've got to have a foundation. You must know yourself and your business inside and out. You need to know your strengths. You need to be honest about and know your limitations, right? But if you stabilize at six figures, okay, let's say you level out and stabilize at six figures, and then go past that using the same systems that got you there, you'll burn out. You would have to work so incredibly hard to push, and I think that's why so many coaches never get there, to push past to multiple six figures, because again, they're just working harder, 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 doing the same things that got them there, and yet still it's all they can do to get there, let alone maintain it. Okay? So maybe, you are already noticing that you're working super hard, that you're just really you're just killing yourself out there, and trying to hold firm and not lose footing, at least stay at six figures, at least stay at 100K. And you're showing up and you're posting and you're messaging and you're networking and you're presenting, and yet it's not producing the same outcome that it used to, right? It's not producing the same outcome. What's going on with that? And it's confusing because, when you were learning to generate 50 to 70K a year, well, that worked great. But how is it that over 100K everything changes? And it does. It does. It's not your imagination. It really does. So the first step in us knowing how to slay that, right? I like that word, slay. The first step in doing that is recognizing what's going on. All right? Because once we can wrap our minds around what we're dealing with, then we can solve it. All right? So you find yourself thinking like, you start to obsess when you're working that hard. Like, why didn't they like my post? Or how many likes did I get on that post? Or wonder if I'm like, you start having thoughts around, wonder if I'm just not cut out for this. What if my offer's wrong? You ever thought that? Like a million times in the past, I've thought that. Like, ooh, who did I think I was? What was I? Oh, I feel like an imposter, you know? Like, you go through all kinds of craziness, which is why support is so necessary. So the dangerous part is linking your self-worth to your accomplishments. I'm going to say that again. Linking your self-worth to your compliment or to your accomplishments is a dangerous place to be, and it's dangerous for your business. You know, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, and it sabotages everything you're trying to create when you do that. All right, you burn out, you get worn out, you're distracted, you're unfocused, right? And things start, and it's all you can do each day just to get up and keep up. That is no way to live, and I know that's not why you're an entrepreneur. I know that's not the freedom that you so desire as an online coach. I know that. So how do you know if you really are linking your self-worth to your accomplishments? How do you know if you're doing that? You know? If you're in a situation where you're noticing like, wow, like I am putting a ton of pressure on myself, okay? And I'm freaking out because people aren't signing up like they used to. You know, people just aren't, like, they're not as interested in working with me. Have you had thoughts like that? It's scary. It's scary when that's your bread and butter, right? You know, and you know, you think I've taken all the steps and you know, that I've been told to take, and I'm at a place where I have the audience, you know, and I have the connection, and even then I can't, for whatever reason, consistently get over the six-figure mark, right? So frustrating, so frustrating. So coaches get stuck, right, at that six-figure mark because they keep thinking that if, you know, if they keep doing what they did to get them there, that surely it'll catch up. But I'm here to tell you that is not how it works. That is not how it works. Instead, it turns out backfiring on people. Now, why is that? Why does it backfire when you just work really, really hard and you just, like, what's going on? Well, because at that point, mindset has tanked. When you're thinking that way, when you're obsessing about how many likes that you have, that is not where your mind needs to be for success, because you're trying to accomplish or prove your worthiness. Yep, there's the disconnect. You're trying to prove or accomplish your worthiness. Now, there are three steps that have to happen in order to break through this. All right. Step one, you've got to have a simple business strategy. Simple, simple, not easy, but simple. It needs to be very simple. You need one premium offer. That's it. One premium offer, then everything becomes streamlined. Your offer, your pricing, your sales process, and your delivery. All right. You want to streamline all of that. Okay. Very, very simple. Number two, you got to have clarity on the emphasis in your message. Now, what's that mean? It just simply means no more talking about all the pain points in somebody's life. You're past that. You're past that. You know, you need one message that is crisp, clear, rich, juicy, right? And memorable for your potential clients. That simple, right? It takes some thought, it takes some creativity, but it is so worth it. So worth it. All right. And then the third and final step is that you must have space for yourself, or make space for yourself in your business. And what do I mean by this? So often coaches think, well, when I reach this mark, I'm going to go on this vacation. When I reach this mark, I'm going to put in a new in-ground pool. When when I get there, I'm going to reward myself when I get there. Here's the thing. When you are an entrepreneur and you are running your own business and you are in a leadership position where people are looking to you, if you don't nourish yourself, if you don't make sure that emotionally and physically you are sound and strong, it will all unravel. It will all unravel. So, the space that so many coaches tend to save for when they reach this goal and when they reach that goal, right, is space you need to open up for yourself today. Today. You need to make time for self care. You need to make time for a vacation. You need to make time for the things that you long to do instead of putting it off. Because it's in that kind of abundance living, right? In the whole abundant way of life, which is seeing the glass half full, seizing the moment, going after what you want, not waiting to live your life. We only have today, right? But it's through that other people will see your lack of fear, and they will push the crowds away to find you because they will see that in you, right? Okay. So, in fact, to create consistency and a multi six figure income, you need that space right now. I can't reiterate that enough. So, when you overdo, and I heard another coach say this, when you overdo and under be who you are, under be who you are, right? Clients become repelled by you, not attracted to you, okay? Because people can feel that negative energy from you. But when you put off an energy of can do abundance, they feel that as well. And they want what you've got. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Let me make sure there's nothing else. Yeah, that is it. So I hope you found this helpful. If you would like more tips like this, come over and join me in Unshakable Drive for Freedom. It's a free Facebook community where I provide tips and all the time. And I would love to see you and have you introduce yourself. But yeah, come and see us. The link is scrolling on the bottom of the page, and I'll also post it in the comments. Okay? Have a great rest of your day, and I will be back soon. Thank you.